have to admit to. Not a guilty pleasure, but definitely something I'm guilty of. I'm a lighter thief. Hi, my name is Dig, and I'm a lighter thief. I genuinely don't take your lighter on purpose. It just feels like mine, and I don't know how to feel colors. So when I have it in my hand, I'm like, oh yeah, it's mine. I put it in my pocket. My bad. But I'm gonna smoke some of this black market weed. Hopefully some people show up. I'm just sitting across from Salvation Mountain. Cause like, I can sit here at Salvation Mountain and slabbers will drive by and they won't even know that I'm sitting here. It's like they fucking have blinders on for the mountain and all the tourism that's here. So what's up, David? Dave Lowe, how you doing? I'm just smoking weed at the mountain. Like, I'm right in front of Salvation Mountain. I will show you. And this is like, even though it's right in the middle of town, I could chill here and no one even knows I'm here. People will drive past me like that I know, and they won't even, like I said, they got blinders on when it comes to this, to Salvation Mountain. They won't even, they just assume I'm a tourist parked here to check out the mountain. Yeah, either you miss it, either, Mac recognized me, he was just flipping me off. Either you miss it or you never want to come back. So, you know, usually when I leave, I'm like, oh, I'm never coming back to Slabs, and then I fucking do. I always end up coming back to Slabs. I don't know why. I do know why, but I don't know why. There's actually, I'm gonna show you, influencers in the wild. Have you ever seen that shit before? It's like when you see people, oh, they're gone. Where'd they go? It's like when you see people taking like pictures of themselves over and over and over and over again, so they get the best shot for Instagram. I call it influencers in the wild. And I like fucking taking videos of them. And I just saw one, but they just wrapped it up right as I was moving my camera around. Hey, where's everyone? Oh, ouch. Something you don't see in my videos is me hacking whenever I hit the pipe. I cut that shit out. Where's everybody from? Let's see, we got Dave Lowe, we got Deanna, and Zero Viz. How y'all doing? Bobo Teabaggins. That's a wonderful name. I fucking love it. Oh, OHIO. A homestead in Michigan. That would be pretty badass. Indianapolis. Is that like plural for Indianapolis? Like one in Indianapolis, two Indianapolis. Here's my view right now. Slab City, bitch. Slab City, bitch. It's like right at sunset over here in Slabs. It's currently like 7 o'clock. Just had some dinner. Some Little Caesars. Which actually, getting Little Caesars out into Slab City is quite the trek. So it's kind of rare, like, to even get pizza like that. And tonight I had it, so I'm pretty stoked. Had a good day. I went to Mexico today. and picked up smokes for super cheap, which I should quit. I know, but when they're like $15 for 2 cartons, it's hard to like say no. OH. Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll just keep coughing and keep hitting it. Oh, okay. Fuck yeah, dude. Amish people are rad as hell. You can learn so much about like homesteading and stuff from them. They're the real pros. I got a property in New Mexico, which it's not a homestead yet, but maybe one day. Yeah, it's nice in Slabs. You guys, it's actually really like kind of windy and dusty today. And this is what happens. We're so close to Mexico. And in Mexico is Mexicali. And Mexicali is a city of like 1 million people, right? And it's the capital of Baja California. And since there's 1 million people just on the other side of the border, all their pollution floats over here all the time. And we get these amazing sunsets out of it. But it's super dusty. And you can see it in the air. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up. But yeah, the editing's going good. We did that like group bullshit session basically. And so I have like, let's see, we had an hour and a half. It was about an hour and a half long, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different cameras to go through. So that's hour and a half. That's like 6 hours of footage to edit, and I've spent 2 days on the editing already. Today I had to go do some like other errands, so I couldn't get to that as much as I wanted to today. But tomorrow I'm gonna go hard charging on that again. So hopefully I'll have it out. I really wanted to have it out by this weekend, but I don't think that's going to be likely. I think probably Monday or Tuesday would be the most likely to get that editing out and done with. But it's tedious, man. Editing something like that, like the stuff I've been doing on my channel has been, you know, like 4 to 8 minutes long, and so that's a lot faster than editing 6 hours of footage and cutting out a lot of the ums and ands and dead space. So in any case, I'll be hard charging on that over the next couple of days to get that out. But yeah, I look forward to it. Finally getting that out. I got another video I'm working on too, because guess what? I'm actually leaving Slabs basically right after I release that video, that group interview. I'll be taking off. It's getting hot. Like it broke 100 a couple times already. Today was kind of nice because this breeze that we're getting, but it's pushing 100, 110 by the end of this month consistently. Not just like spikes, but like here we are now. We're at 110. Fucking suck it up. So yeah, it's time for me to boogie on. My name is Nomadic Zig, not Slab City Zig, and I don't stay here in the summer. I did my first summer, but I haven't stayed again because you know what, I know what I'm fucking missing. I know how hot it is here. It's like Iraq hot here, it really is. So I'm headed to my property in New Mexico, and that's gonna be like night and day because my property's at like 8,500 feet, and here we are below sea level. So every time I go there, if I drive there in a day, I get elevation sickness a little bit, you know, like it's hard to breathe, air's a lot thinner, and so it takes me a little bit to get used to that. But I might take my time too. I'm definitely gonna be doing some footage of my travels and I'll be sharing with y'all. What's up, Colleen? What's up, Jeffro Toe? Yeah, the sunsets here are pretty spectacular. Like, I mean, I've been to a lot of places. I've been to all 50 states. I've been to a bunch of countries, and I have never seen sunsets like I have in the desert. And honestly, like Iraq had much prettier sunsets than Slabs. But Slabs has some pretty spectacular sunsets too, especially when it's cloudy. Oh man, turns our clouds pink when the sun's rolling over the chocolate mountains. Do I have electricity there? I have solar. So I traveled for a lot of years in a van. I had a like a minivan I had decked out. It was all stealth and shit. And then I really wanted to be able to stand up when I changed my underwear. So I bought a 30-foot motorhome and I traveled around in that for about a year. And then I was like, yeah, it was a gas motorhome and it was really expensive to move around. So I bought a diesel pusher, a 40-foot diesel pusher that was way better on fuel. And I lived in that for, 3 years. And last year I bought this pickup and a travel trailer. And I left my travel trailer in New Mexico last summer and I traveled around. I came down here without it because I have lodging in Slabs. And I have to go get my house. I really miss my house, but I have solar on it. I have a generator that I use. It does cost a little bit to run like my AC and stuff, but for the general use, electricity, my solar pretty much takes care of me for the most part. But I have I have a Rock Pals battery pack that I use to like charge my laptop and stuff, and I use my generator to charge that. Because I bought it secondhand, all I have to charge it is the 110 plug for it, and I don't have like a 12-volt plug for it or solar. So, I'll build it all up in time. But I have solar on my RV, it just isn't wired for that battery. Future Zig news. Yeah, no, I don't ever rush anymore. I don't do that. I retired at 32 from the Army, and I started traveling, so I never have to rush again. Like, if I ever feel rushed, it stresses me out, so I just tend to chill. If, I like to say that I have a schedule when I travel, but I really don't. I'll just take my time. If I would like to be in New Mexico and grab my house and go and kind of be wherever I'm gonna land for a little bit. I want to be there and gone in like a week, but I don't know what I'm about to walk into. It gets negative 20 out at my property, so I don't know what my tires are gonna be like when I get there. They might need to be replaced. They might be dry rotted, so I have no idea what condition my trailer is gonna be after the winter. So when I go back, that's my first hurdle, is to find out if I can just grab my trailer and go. And if my trailer needs a little bit of TLC before I can do that, then I might have to stay there for a minute and build up some funds, because while I am retired from the Army at 32, I still make less than $1,000 a month. So if there is any big expenses on the RV or the trailer, I'm gonna have to I'd probably stay put. Yeah, dude, I did basic at Sand Hill, Fort Benning, Foxtrot 258. Did in 2007. I can't believe I still remember my unit, but yeah, Foxtrot 258, the Marauders. I fucking thought that was so dumb that they named us they gave us mottos and Marauders. So silly. Basic training was dumb. What year were you there, Shanky? Do you remember the unit that you were in when you went through? I was like the last battalion on the left, 258, when you were walking down Range Road. And maybe it's changed fucking since I was in. They might have added new spaceships or whatever. Like 90, yeah, that was okay. So maybe it's changed since your time. But yeah, the last battalion on the left, going down Range Road, which was where all the training sites were, and obviously the ranges. Yeah, I bet we kicked down some of the same doors down there. They had this mock village there at one point that it looked like an old German town with a church in the middle and a steeple that we trained in. And I always felt like they should revamp that to stop making it look like Europe. My kid is a CBRN stationed in Iraq at the moment. That's cool, man. Yeah, let's all give a shout out to Dave Lowe's son right now, sitting in Iraq. So, Shanky, yeah, when I would sneak to the PX2, I had this down too, because in your day, you had to sew your unit patches on, and in basic, you don't get a unit patch, right? But in my day, we had Velcro unit patches, and I had a unit patch that I would just smack on my uniform, and it would make me look like I have graduated from basic training. So I'd walk into the PX, and I'd smack that shit on, and an E3 rank when I was an E1, And I'd go to the PX and no one ever fucking said a word to me. I'd buy tobacco, I'd buy all sorts of shit, and I'd sell it to my, like, the guys back in the unit. And I'd walk out of the PX and, like, rip the patch off and rip the rank off. And, like, I was always stressed about that because if they had caught me wearing the wrong rank, you know, a couple of ranks above what I was. But, you know, whatever, I'm in basic. That's time. If you're gonna fuck up, that's when you should do it. Like, when you're learning. I don't know about you guys, but the worst punishment I ever got, was like I had to mow the lawn with scissors one time because I fucking didn't. I cut in line at the chow hall, and drill sergeant made me mow the lawn with scissors. Don't agree with my government, but I always respect our military. Yeah, I feel like that's a really common sentiment actually. Like, and sometimes people hate us just because we are an arm of the government, but I feel like that's a really common sentiment, and I couldn't agree more. Like, I don't appreciate our government. I don't appreciate the way they've been used and the way they've been manipulating us, and the way they've been manipulated over the last 100 years or so. Probably less than that. Probably more like 50. But I wish I could have fought Nazis instead of farmers. I have thought about that a lot. You know, like I was in the army. I was in the infantry. I went to the Middle East twice, and yeah, I wish I could have fought Nazis instead of farmers. That would have been better, I think. Kelly's right. I like that. Kelly's my biggest fan. So when the sun goes down here at Salvation Mountain, which is where I am, the caretaker, this guy over here who lives right there, his name is Rom, and he's only been here a couple of years, and he doesn't like it when people park across the street over here, which they try to claim this area is theirs, but when the sun goes down, he's actually tried to chase me off out of here a couple times, so I'm curious if when the sun goes down, he's gonna come over here and try to chase me off. He actually pulled up to me one time and was like, "Do you know how slab camps work?" And I was like, "Ron, dude, I've been here a lot longer than you, bro. Do you know how slab camps work? Like, this ain't your spot. This is across the street from your spot. If you had to drive to me, we're not in your camp." Sometimes it be like this. I got 15 people in here. That's fucking cool. Used to be you couldn't go live on YouTube unless you had like 1,000 followers. And I guess they changed that because I've been able to go live since I had like 200 or 300. But I think they limit, like, I think they put a cap on how many people can be in the room at one time. So, yeah, I don't know. I've never really, I think the most I've ever had in the room at one time is like 20. So I don't think I've ever pushed the boundaries or anything, but I'm pushing, I'm pushing up to 600 followers too. So that's cool. I, never expected to have so many people that gave a shit, you know, but 600 is a mountain of people. I don't even think I have that many people following me on any social media. I squatted at the Eco Village and hung out at Pirate Camp Internet Cafe in Ponderosa. You know, you might have met me at Ponderosa. When was that? Because I've been going to Ponderosa, let's see, son of a bitch, since 2013, 2012. Before it was actually Ponderosa, it was called George's Camp, and this dude George stayed there, and I posted up with George like my first season out here. Last year, this time is right about the time I left. I left, I think, like on the 1st of May last year, so. Yes, Shanky, yes, it was. That was the first, that wasn't my video, but my first video I think that I was ever in, it was Cornelius's video when we went to Mexico. We went to Algodones because CJ had a tooth that needed to get yanked out. And that was like my first season out here, is in Cornelius's video, from Slabs to Mexico. That was my first time to Mexico, actually. I've been to Mexico like 100 times now, at least, maybe more. Cause's birthday and Corn's going away party. Yeah, I had just left. We just missed each other. Like, we might have passed each other on the highway. I always leave before Cause's birthday because it's fucking hot, dude. Like, I have a lot of friends in Slabs that have summer birthdays. I never get to celebrate their birthdays with them because I'm like, peace out, bro. I have a cool little flower on this thing. It's pretty sweet. I like that. Help Bill redo some electrical mess at the range. Yeah, I bet it needed that. Pretty much everyone out here needs help with electrical. We've had some pretty good help over at Ponderosa with our electrical, but we're still having some issues. You know, that's a big beast to conquer out here with solar wired in, and like at our camp we have solar and we have a generator, and it's all, you know, split up at some of the, we have a few solar systems at our spot actually. But yeah, it's a big beast in a big camp to handle solar, and like the range is another good sized camp that has a lot of power needs, and because they have a stage and stuff. Ponderosa, same thing. They have a stage, and they also cook meals for people and make coffee. And Oasis is another camp that has a lot of power needs. The Internet Cafe used to have a lot of power needs, but they don't anymore. They're not as like hopping, I guess, or consistent as they used to be. Why wouldn't we want to watch you? It's interesting. I don't know. I guess it is. Most people come to this town and kind of shun us, or even though they're in our town, some people are pretty curious, but a lot of people will drive through from their cars and like film from their windows, you know, windows up and doors locked. Lock the doors, honey. These people look weird. But I don't know. I guess it's interesting, my little old life out here in the desert. It's kind of weird. Like, we all come out here to get away from, you know, society, I guess, and to be left alone. And then we make YouTube so that way we can, like, share with society. I don't know. It's a paradox. I guess I never expected anyone to really give a shit. Like at the zoo. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, see, Dave, that's a lot of people will come here with this expectation that's like super dangerous, and you know, they end up, most of the time, if you watch any of the videos about, oh, I spent 24 hours in Slab City, the city with no laws, by the end of the video they're like, wow, actually this community is really chill, and they're really tight knit, and it's really awesome. And like, yeah, like that's pretty common on all the videos. Met some cool people at skate park and shroomed by the tanks. Yeah, the tanks is badass. Just like a zoo, Kelly, you're right. Oh, message retracted. I forgot. Hey, what's up, Carlos? That's Carlos right there. Hey, Steven. That's how I first felt about Slab City. Yeah, man. Me too. I pulled in here my first day. Like, I was very judgmental. I like to say that I'm a recovering Republican. Now I feel like I'm just a recovering duopolist, like the duopoly Democrat Republican. I'm not really either of them, but I was a Republican, very staunch. And when I came here to this place and saw everyone looking kind of like, it looked like Tent City. And it looks like every tent city that you'd ever see in like Portland or Seattle or San Francisco or Denver. And I was very judgy about the place, but I still, you know, met some of the people. Cornelius and Caveman were some of the first people I've met, and Cause as well. And you know, that my eyes were opened, you know, and there's some pretty rad people here, like people very similar to me. I've met a lot of veterans out here. Maybe some of the best friends that I ever have. Seen some of the craziest acts of kindness and love here. But don't get me wrong, like, I mean, I talk a big game about this place, but it does have its dark side, and it can be dangerous, and sometimes I am hyper vigilant here. But I feel like everywhere has a dark side, you know. I haven't ever been anywhere that doesn't have one. and mixed. I feel like most people cover that shit anyways about slabs. Most people cover the dark side and the drama, so I'm just gonna share my fun experiences. Being from Ohio, it's very interesting, dude. Being from Ohio, like, pretty much anything's more interesting than Ohio, isn't it? Like, not to be rude, but God, I couldn't wait to drive out of Ohio. I got robbed in Columbus once, actually, at knife point. That was fun. Do you have a permanent place at Snakes, or do you just let him know you're coming? Oh, at Spiders, not Snakes. His name's Spider. I don't have a permanent place there, but if I ever showed up unannounced, like, he would help me out. Spider's one of the best people I've ever met, and he will take in people who have been shunned by a lot of the world or whatever, and try to give them a purpose, give them housing, give them food. He will put you to work, and that's in exchange for all those things. He kind of wants your help around the property and maybe building some stuff or cooking or whatever it is that fits your personality best. He wants to give you an opportunity, and I've known him for a very long time. Like, he's really good people. So I'm really, really close to Spider and his family. If you ever watched the documentary Desert Coffee that had Zach in it, at the internet cafe, Spider is actually Zach's dad, and Zach and I were pretty good friends. So that's all Zach's family that I stay with. I actually picked his ashes up from the funeral home. I had to take his dog a week after he passed away. His dog passed away, and I had to take his dog to Mexico to get looked at, and then the vet had to put his dog down like a week later. So I had to pick her ashes up. But that's Ponderosa, and they're really awesome people. Spider's great. So yeah, if I ever showed up unannounced, I don't have a permanent spot there, but he's got spots. He would hook me up. Yeah, you get what you give. As a matter of fact, that's very true. And also, not always. That's not like a blanket statement, because some people have came here and given nothing but kindness and gotten mixed up with the wrong people, and that's really what it is, man. Like, who you surround yourself with is gonna make or break you out here. If you surround yourself, just like anywhere else, if you surround yourself with shitheads, you're gonna have a pretty shitty experience. And if you surround yourself with good people, you're gonna have a good experience. So, like, I don't care where you go. Like, that's pretty much a good rule to live by anywhere. Like, surround yourself with good people. If you're an asshole, and if there's 10 assholes, or I'm sorry, if there's a room of 10 people and 9 of them are assholes and you're the good person, guess what? You're going to turn into an asshole, because it's just, you are. But if you're the asshole surrounded by 9 good people, you're going to turn into a good person. So, pick who you surround yourself with. Ohio sucks. Y'all seem to keep it real, and I like that. Yeah. I mean, I guess we do keep. Slabs is a whole bunch of alpha personalities, honestly. Like, it's a whole bunch of alphas. I'd say that's probably a good description of it. Do I suggest Mojo or Ponderosa? Both are really good camps. I fucking love Mojo. She's fucking amazing. She's one of my favorite people out here. It depends on what your culture is, and also what you're bringing to the table, because, like, Ponderosa will provide some lodging for you. They have 4 spots that they rent out on Airbnb, and they also do monthly rentals if you show up and talk to them in person. And Mojo doesn't provide spaces, or provide housing or whatever. You have to bring your own. Like, so if you have a van or even a tent or an RV or whatever, she has plenty of space to put you up at. And that's probably the biggest difference between the two. And maybe some Mojos is more a community of people who are, they're not related to each other or anything. They're just a community of friends that all hang out, and there's a shared space, but everybody has their own space. And Ponderosa is like that too, except there's a family aspect at Ponderosa, because there are kids there, and it is family owned and operated, and so there's a bit of a different cultures between the two camps. But those are the 2 camps I'd recommend staying in, because they're sober camps. Like, we don't put up with a lot of the riffraff drama that happens in the slabs. Those people that cause issues, or they have, even not even if they're causing issues, but, like, we have kids at our camp. We don't want a lot of drugs around them. We don't want a lot of alcohol around them. Like, even though it's a bit of a lounge and we do have our nights where we have drinks and stuff, it's still not, like a bar. It's not a party scene. It's more of like a bunch of adults hanging out and jamming out to music. And Mojo's like that too. I mean, so which one do I suggest? Like, that's a really good question. Both have their good selling points. It's just kind of different, Does that make sense? I think I might have over-explained that because I do that, but I've actually been trying to get permission from Mojo to feature her camp, and she's such a private person. She's so private with her camp. She's given me permission before, but then our schedules didn't line up, and then she had some things that she was dealing with, so we had to postpone. Now I'm about to be leaving, so I might not be able to do a video on her camp until next season. But I've been really wanting to feature her camp because it's awesome. I don't think so. Drama is easy to avoid. Yeah, it is. It can be. I mean, drama can find you out here. Like, don't get me wrong, but it can find you. But the big drama, like a lot of people will, person A and person B got in an argument, and then everyone gets involved, and it's just silly. It's just fucking silly. Hydrate or die. Hey, Fleur. There's a slabber. Fleur is a slabber. She's been out here quite a long time, but she left like a year ago or so, less than a year ago, and is living out there in Babylon. Yeah, hydrate or die. It's actually not quite that hot yet. I mean, it's pushed. Today it was nice because it was like 85 or whatever, and it was breezy and nice cloud cover. But it's gotten up to 100 a couple times, so time for me to boogie on out of here. I would like to see what became of the Goonies camp. You know what, Kelly? The Goonies camp has turned into an amazing camp owned by a very good friend of mine. And they are extremely, extremely private. They, in fact, here soon, there's going to be a documentary released by Ben Fogel. It's like a 45-minute 50-minute documentary or whatever. Ben Fogel, The Lost City, and it's featuring Slab City and Old Goonies Camp, which no one calls it that anymore. It's got a different name now. Is in the outside of that camp is in there, and you can see the new resident of that camp. But there's animals there. They had pigs last year, and then they ate the pigs, and I think they still have like chickens and stuff down there. Yeah, there's some good folks staying in that area. Yeah, 2018 to 2020, that's when Fleur was here. Fleur, did COVID chase you off? Because it's a weird time to be here. Yeah, Kelly, that's probably one of the best trees in town, actually. They have a really good spot. My first couple years out here, that nobody would camp down on that road. It was wide open. I wish I had taken it back then, but I would have lost it anyways, because like I said, I don't stay in the summer. But that was back in the day when like having a nice tree was like made you upper middle class in Slab City. Like, oh, look at this bush. I got the coolest bush in town. Boring as hell. Yeah, the summers here are fucking boring. Like, I don't know. People talk about, I want to see a day in the life of, what you guys do at Slab City. Like, we drink water and lay around and sit in front of fans and try not to die and go to the canal over and over again. If I was to like film for like a month, maybe I can do a day in the life of and like make it all look like one day. But if I actually did a day in the life, like live streamed all day, it'd be fucking boring. It'd be so boring. It'd just be all fucking listen to me rant on for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna do videos from New Mexico. I'm gonna do videos on the way to New Mexico. I'm gonna do videos from now on. I think I'm gonna just keep doing this. I would like to do like, I've been nomading full time for 8 years, aside from when I come to Slabs and take a breath. And I probably have some knowledge I could share with people about, tips and tricks and tutorials and how this works or how that works, or how to find a good camp spot and how to find water, all sorts of shit. So I want to keep doing like, I don't know, like nomad videos. And I don't care how you nomad, but some of us have this itch, man, where we have to travel and we have to scratch that itch. And for some of us, it's, like traveling around in a $250,000 RV. And for other people, oh, look at this shit. Hang on. They're just driving with their mattress on the side of their fucking van. Oh, I bet you I can zoom into that. Look at that. What in the fuck are you doing? That's a mattress on the side of that thing. That's funny. So, but yeah, I'm gonna just keep doing YouTube shit. Why not? You know what I'm struggling with is like, okay, so what they say when you're making videos is to tell a story, right? Like, so far I have told the Bottle Kid story, but the rest of them, like, I've given tours of camps, I've played music, and I think that now that I'm getting into this, I'm gonna have to start like filming to edit, if that makes any sense. Like, right now I'm just filming shit and then editing it later and trying to make it look good, but I think I'm gonna have to start filming like with editing in mind in order to tell a story, because people like stories. They like stories. And the next story I'm gonna tell is what condition is my travel trailer in. It's a 28-foot travel trailer. I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it, but I did improve it, and I left it in New Mexico at my place when I took off and came down to Slab City, and I'm about to go back to it. It gets down to -20 in the winter there, and it's a really dry climate, so I'm worried that my tires might be dry rotted, and I won't be able to just grab it and go. And it's still getting like below freezing there at nighttime right now, so it's like too hot here, too cold there, so I'm hoping I can just go there, hook up my truck, bounce out of there, and go somewhere warmer until it warms back up. But if my tires are dry rotted and I'm gonna need new tires, then yeah, I'll be stuck there. And here's my my oh shit moment. There is like no data on my property. There's none. Like, I can get texts and I can get phone calls, but I'm not able to get online unless I drive, a little bit down the road to get a little bit of signal. So if I'm going to my land, a lot of the stuff I don't know if it's gonna slow down. I don't know how that's gonna work yet, but I do want to keep uploading. I'd love to keep doing live streams. If I have to drive into town and do it, I can, but I don't think it's muted, Mac. I don't think so. I don't know. You can't even hear me. Let's see. A spider interview would be cool, just saying. Well, you're in luck, Jesus, because if you scroll up or down or wherever the hell you're at on the chat and you find Slab City TV, there is an interview with Spider and me. Actually, we're both in it. There's a few interviews out there of Spider if you dig around a little bit. Yeah, Philip Fleur. I could do HughesNet. I could do Starlink. I could do any of those satellites would work out there. Yes, absolutely. It's just a huge investment, like an initial investment, to get satellite internet out there. Yeah, but it's a little pricey, but it works. Like, I could afford the monthly payments. It's just like the $700 for the dish and equipment and shit. Like, that's damn near my entire paycheck. So maybe one day I can get satellite out there. That would be badass. Because if there's a little bit of a community out there. There's a few other slabbers that live on that piece on the area. Like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slabbers that I know of that live in that area. And if I had satellite internet, I would make that available to everyone. Like, I wouldn't just, this is my internet. Because all of us are gonna need it. Because a lot of people from the slabs are buying property in that area. So it would be cool for us to all have like a community spot to share internet, Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. That would be badass. I should start like a fucking GoFundMe or something for satellite internet on my land. That'd be cool. Like, because the cause just got Starlink. So I wouldn't mind having it. Somebody's walking up to me right now. Oh, it's Ron. It's Ron. I warned you about this. Watch this. What's up, Ron?
Hello.
I'm just gonna finish my bowl and take off.
I want to apologize to you for being a dick last time.
I appreciate
think
that.
I was kind of douchey.
I appreciate that, man.
But I know, I know,
I appreciate that. That means something.
Because you've been here a long time.
Yeah.
You deserve the respect. You're not over here doing nothing wrong. You understand why I said it.
I get it. I get it.
Cool.
Yeah, no worries, man.
But I did want to apologize.
Water under the bridge.
Have a good night.
You too, man.
Be careful, there's a beer bottle right here.
Oh shit, that must be the fucking bottle kids. Nah, that was Babylonians for sure. That was unexpected. I wonder if he knows he was on live stream. Okay, so the story goes, last time I was sitting here and I was just sitting just like I am now, and I was just smoking a bowl, and he drives up to me, and like he had to drive from his camp to over here across the street from the mountain to tell me that this is his camp and I need to go. And I'm like, motherfucker, are you kidding me right now? Like, and he was like, well, do you know how slab camps work? And I'm like, Ron, I've been here longer than you, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I'll go. I'm like, I'm just smoking fucking weed, bro. And so that was like, shit, that was like 3 months ago. And so, yeah, he's just walking up to me and I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. And he apologized. So, yeah, shit happens. People have bad days. All right, now I got some comments to catch up on. Whoa, you guys are chatty in here. Okay, here we go. I caught up. All right, that's weird. I had a long out. I came back and I can hear you. That was weird. Well, you're weird, Mac. Starlink is badass. I think it's so too. I've never had Starlink, but I've seen it in action. It's can't complain. I don't know how's gaming on it. That's my curiosity because there's got to be some latency because the satellites and the Earth is so far away. If you visit that city, you better have dollars ready for those fucking bottle kids. Ain't that the truth? You should do that. Maybe I'll join with you. Well, even half the satellites. Yeah, no, not even half the satellites. The idea is they're supposed to give fucking internet to everyone in the world. And I actually saw somebody, since Kaz got Starlink, I heard somebody complaining like Elon Musk is profiting off the slabs. And I'm like, that was the fucking point of Starlink, was to give people like in the slabs or at my property in New Mexico an opportunity to have internet. So I don't know what the fuck the complaint is, but people in Africa are actually paying for it too. So Elon Musk is getting money from even poorer areas than Slab City. Silly complaint. White Wolf's trying to sell his 10 acres across from Bombay Beach. No road or water, but he wants to Slab to do the payment plan. Hey, you know what, Fleur? I might know somebody that, if you give it some time, like a few months actually, might be willing to buy that from you. So let's stay in touch about that. I know a person that might be interested. Do you have a zip code so I can search land for sale? Yeah, I'm actually gonna be pretty nothing personal, but I'm gonna be pretty tight to the chest about where my property is. But it isn't like it. I will say it's near Taos. I pay 110 per month for 1,000 gigs. It's like $1 for every 10 gigs. Man, I actually download 1,000 gigs. Do I use that? No, I don't. I don't think I use that. I have used on my cell phone plan. I've used like 400 or 500 gigs in a month before, because I download movies and TV shows and stuff. Because I'm a pirate. Or pirate all my shit. Fleur, it'd be really good if you said it's 10 acres and no road, and that's the part that's like, let me flinch a little bit. I wonder if you could put a road in, or is it going over private property? Hold up, I got 1B1 Rother. You tried a Mofo 50? 4G. I don't, not Sim combo. Okay, I have no idea what that is, but I'm assuming it uses cell towers, right? Is it like a signal booster or something? That's what it seems like that you're saying, but that's, I don't know. I have not used that. The SIM card router that you use. Yeah, no, I haven't used that, and it wouldn't work on my land because there is no cell phone signal out there, which is why we're kind of talking about satellite options. But that is something that's gonna have to happen in the, you know, fucking maybe distant future or something. Yeah, Dave Lowe, that would be 50 acres in a ghost town in Lovelock, Nevada for 60K. Wouldn't that be fucking cool? I want to buy a ghost town. I would just start a government in that ghost town. We'll call it like an anarchist government, and we'll be just oxymorons everywhere we go. 5 grand spliff rolled memory of good old Leonard. Yeah, Leonard Knight. He was the one that built the mountain, which I'm actually sitting across from the mountain. It's getting dark. That's why it's getting all glitchy with the focus. I think it's because it's dark. And that's why I have the light on. Let's try this. Oh. Oh, it's still doing it. Maybe the light didn't matter after all. No power, no water. Yeah, the water thing would have to get fixed. There's no water on my land either. I'm out of my property. There is no water. And that's a bummer. And it's like oppressively expensive to drill a well there, like $60,000 because it's so high in elevation. So you gotta drill down, like so fucking deep that it costs so much. There is a well dug in the neighborhood, and if you spend $400, they'll give you a key to the well for life. It's good for life. You'll have the key forever after that. So, that's another expense that I would like to get a hold of, because again, there is like 6 or 7 slabbers, 8 slabbers moving out there, and if one of us had a key, we could hook each other up, and if we had a key and one of those 300-gallon totes on a trailer, we could fill that shit up and then deliver it to our homies, and then go back and fill it up and deliver it to our homies. Yeah, I'm hoping that Boost Mac works because, at least my experience there was no cell phone signal at all. But maybe if you put, we were talking about this, maybe if you put your antenna high enough. And I was even thinking about doing like some repeaters, like some cell phone signal repeaters over the hill, because there's a Verizon tower on the other side of the hill. And it's a pretty long, big hill. But if we put repeaters, and maybe we could bounce the signal over across the hill. We might have to do some science experiments. Some off-grid science. Nighttime in slabs is pretty peaceful most of the time. Like sometimes there's loud music or, explosions or gunshots. But most of the time it's really chill, dude. Like all the tourism leaves, people aren't driving around. And then the twitching hour happens, and that's between like 2 and 4, and that's when all the tweakers come out. I call it the twitching hour. But right at sundown until like midnight, it's real chill. Like it's... And then you get the whole sky because it's a desert. In the desert, there's no trees blocking your view of the horizon. So you get the entire sky. It's really neat, like the whole thing. Yeah, dude, Fleur, that music video was fun to edit. I've been wanting to do that song for quite a while too. I probably could have done it better, honestly. But we're not gonna have Peter around forever. He's got heart issues, and the dude's basically Iron Man right now. So I don't want to divulge too much, but he has a battery pack that's actually plugged into his pacemaker, and it's keeping him alive. Like, that's exactly what fucking Iron Man had to do, except it wasn't a pacemaker, it's a magnet or whatever, science fiction, but he had a battery pack hooked up to his heart. Like, Peter could become Iron Man, bro. I'm just saying. In any case, he's not gonna be around forever, so I really want to get that song filmed. And I mean, the lighting wasn't perfect, and the B-roll I put in there was pretty cool, but I probably could have done some, you know, whatever. I liked it though. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Was the recent fire accidental? I don't know which fire you're talking about. There's I don't know, fires are, I hate to say that they're common here, but they happen enough that I don't know which one. Because we had let's see, we had one on Low Road, we had one over here on Beale. There's been a couple, but I honestly have no idea. I don't know if they're intentional, if they're accidental. I would say that I would honestly go as far as saying that 90% of the fires out here are accidental, because people are cooking on propane, people are smoking weed, people have, you know, electrical systems with solar that are sometimes janky with batteries and that are old, and you know, and it's a dry climate. It gets really fucking hot here, so it doesn't take much. Like a spark going the wrong way, like and dude, I've seen RVs, I've seen camps catch on fire out here, and when you get there, it's just one wall on fire, and within less than, like, honestly, less than a minute or two, the whole thing's engulfed. So like, it doesn't take much to start a fire. I would say 90% of them out here are accidental. The burnouts that happen, I would, out of all of the arson that happens out here, I would honestly say about 90% of those are very well deserved, very well earned, and some of them are just like, this guy's mad at that person, blah blah blah. But there's always gonna be some stupid Slab City drama shit going on. He's totally Iron Man. Fucking A, he is. But we're happy to have him back. You know, he was gone most of the season, and you know, we all knew he was up there in the hospital, and we're all rooting for him to come out and heal up all right, and he did. Out here playing music again. I'm like, bro, I would like to get that fucking song on film, you know, and then I had to sit there and do all the lyrics to it and make the timing on that right. That was my first, like, ever doing anything like that. I've done some other songs before I filmed, but that was the first time trying to, like, put B-roll to it and lyrics in there. So, you know, I enjoyed it. I put some energy into it. Okay, so there's like just turned his light on. Okay, he took his time. The dude was just cruising down the road without his headlight on. My bipolar extends up to 14 feet. Kelly's right. If you can donate to me, all my links are in my description and in the description of my videos, and I really, really appreciate the donations I've gotten so far. Y'all are fucking awesome. He was so moved when he saw it. Good. I hope he was. But, he deserves it. Like, that song's gonna be iconic, and I think our generation of slabbers coming out here, that song is gonna be iconic. I think that, all of us know that song word for word, so. How many hours a day do I edit? Kelly, the Bottle Kids video is straight up like 2 days. 2 8-hour days of editing, the Bottle Kids video was. This interview I've done, I think I spent maybe 4 hours it causes, plus the first day, and then like 3, 4. It's probably been 8 hours on that one too. And some of that has been like learning the software that Cause has, but his software is better suited for that video. So that kind of slowed me down a little bit, but I'm going to be going hard charging tomorrow on that because I need to bust that out. It's stressing me out to not have it done yet. You did great. Thanks, Chris. thanks. You know, the music I post out here doesn't get, honestly, a whole lot of views, and I'm trying to post people's originals so I don't get that copyright shit. Although I think that I might be able to still post covers. Um, Cause told me kind of how that worked, so I gotta look into it some more. But the music I post doesn't get a whole lot of views. It really doesn't, but I don't really care. Like, I'm not really doing this for the views, honestly. I think the music I posted, there's a whole playlist for it if you go look, but there's only like four songs in there. But the music I post is like, I think it's really high quality musicians that come through here and play for us. And I've actually got like, I got a bunch of music I have recorded and I haven't posted because I want to give it the justice it deserves of editing and maybe putting some B-roll to it like I did Peter's. But I have a ton of musicians out here that I have filmed and I haven't posted. So, in fact, I've been coming out here like 7-8 years, and I have been filming off and on throughout that entire time, mostly photos and stuff. And I never did anything with it. So if I dig through like the cloud or whatever, I might be able to find some like really some songs and stuff from way back when. I bet you I could. It's a great song. Yeah, hell yeah, it is for Slab City Summer. I don't know. I think, like I said, we all know the lyrics to it, and we can all kind of relate to how much it sucks here in the summer. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed Peter's video. Yeah, he's actually, like I said in the video, he's a Slab City legend out here, and like, dude's been out here forever, just jamming out to music. He was what inspired, honestly. I think it's what inspired Ponderosa to build a stage. Was Peter, and the fact that we didn't have any music going on at the time because of COVID. COVID kind of fucked a lot of that up. The range closed down for the first time in history because of it. So, yeah, Peter's been out here a long ass time, and you know that song is one of his favorites to play. You know, it deserved its spotlight. I don't know, film kind of immortalizes people, doesn't it? Like, the Greeks say that you die twice, that you die when your body dies, and then again when the last person who remembers you says your name for the last time. And then if you're filmed and like you're put out there for the world to see, you'll never die. You're immortal. You're immortal. Like that, there's back in the Egyptian times, that first woman that ever signed her name onto a tablet, right? Like, there were tablets from before that. We found records of human existence and language before that, but there's a woman who was the first person to ever sign her name onto, that we have found so far, onto her work. She's immortal. We remember her name. We don't know what she looks like, but we know what she wrote, and we remember her name to this day. And I think that really, like, film is like the ultimate way to do that, isn't it? Like, you get to see people's expressions, their tone of voice, everything about how they speak and their mannerisms, and like how much more immortal could you be? Like, even a photo doesn't do that, even though it does kind of like immortalize people, and so does writing, but nothing like video does. Damn, have I really been at this for an hour? Okay, y'all got me for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna head back home. Good night, Mac. I'll see you soon, man. Probably for breakfast. It is sundown in Slabs, and I don't know. I'm curious what happens up and down this road tonight. Time to edit. No, what did I do today? No, I went to Mexico today. And I didn't do any editing. I was lazy today. I actually was I told Cause I'd come over later to edit, and I didn't. So I'm gonna have to hard charge on that tomorrow. Cause, if you're watching, I'm gonna hard charge on that tomorrow. But if you're not watching, I'll text you. But I would like to get that interview edited and shot out. I want to get it done by like the end of the weekend. That's my goal. Yo, you can pick me up. I thought about filming some interviews with Buddha Man when Buddha Man passed, and his daughter wanted to hear stories about him. That would have been cool, Fleur. You know, speaking of that, like, I've always had this fish tales and reviews. I've always had this like idea of filming people before they die, right? All right, bear with me. This is gonna take a minute for me to explain, but filming people before they die, asking them about their life, especially our elderly and stuff, asking them about their upbringing, about their siblings, about the world at, the condition of the world at the time that they were being raised versus today. Whatever you want, and interview them and film them, and then edit it, make it look all nice, and then make that video available via a QR code, right? One of those QR codes you scan with your phone. Put it on the cloud. You scan that QR code, that video pops up. Boom, there's that person talking to you. And you put that on headstones, or an urn, or a tattoo, or whatever the fuck you want. A necklace. Imagine going to a graveyard and all the headstones have a QR code on it, and you can scan it, and you get to see that person straight up talking to you about their life. Like, you could see your great 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 grandfather talking to you about his life and be like, "Oh, I laugh like that," or I lisp my s's like that, or whatever it is. Kids could go to graveyards for like history class to like pick a person and do a project on them. I don't know. I think it could really reinvent how we experience death and what we do with graveyards, because there's not an attraction to those right now, aside from, like, I guess, the morbid or whatever. But you could literally turn it into a history class for students. There's my rant. Exit interview. Yes, we'll call it that. We'd like to do your exit from life interview. Yeah. I love most old people. Great idea. That's cool. I think TV show Watchmen had something similar. That would be cool. I don't know Watchmen, but I would definitely check it out if it was similar. The whole woods is smoking hardcore. Where are you? Fish tales and reviews. Where are you at? That everything's on fire. Like, are you hearing slabs? Because I don't see any smoke. Let me turn off the light. Maybe I can see better. Now it's dark. Yeah, I don't see any smoke on the horizon. That's how you check in slabs. Like, I don't know how many times I've driven into town and I scan the horizon for smoke. Like, is there any new fires? Nope. Next to Angie's camp. Is there smoke down there? I don't see any. Let me hop out. Yeah, I don't see no smoke down there. I fucking hope there's no fires, because it's real windy. This is not a good night to have fires, guys. If you're a slabber, like... If you're a slabber having a fire at night, you're a fucking idiot. It's too windy for that shit. And that's another thing, like, a lot of fires out here, like, are misunderstood as arson or even a fire when it's, like, garbage. Like, people are burning their waste. I actually can't tell you how many times I've seen a fire on the horizon and been like, oh shit, and hopped in my truck and hauled ass down there, and it's just somebody, like, doing a trash fire. I've done that fucking stuff more times than I can count. Going down there, my fire extinguisher, like, I'd be able to help at all anyways. But no, it's just somebody burning, like, all their waste. Gotta have a solution for waste. You got to. Some camps burn it. We burn our paper products, cardboard and shit. We have a garbage area, and we have a guy that shows up and, like, picks up our garbage and takes it to the dump for us. We pay him for that. Some people out here have incinerators where they're really, like, doing it the right way, like burning everything, but it's an incinerator. It gets hot enough that it's not, like, whatever. I guess environmentally, I couldn't imagine it's very environmentally safe, but next left can barely breathe. I don't know. I hope you guys are okay. I don't even see any flames down there. Is Zag still with me? Yes, Fleur. Zag is still with me. Yep. I have Zag, and now I have a new dog, Miles, that the bottle kids, they dyed his hair. Like, tie-dyed my fucking dog. But I have two dogs now. I have Zag and I have Miles. And in hindsight, Zippo would have been a cool name, but his name is Miles because, you know, he's going to have a lot of them one day. Damn, 20 people in my live stream? That's rad. I think that's probably, like, this might be my most popular live stream. More so than like Taco Tuesday or Chili Nights or anything. Yeah, the purple. No, that Fleur, that's how it started, the purple. But now he's purple, he's blue, and like orange, reddish. I mean, I don't have to drive down there. I can see it from here. Let me show you the area they're talking about. Let me find my keys. Roll my window down. I'll zoom in. I don't see no smoke or anything. Or flames. All I see is headlights. But that's the area. Not that sign. That sign's in the foreground, but the background. But yeah, no smoke. All clear on the home front. I hope that person's okay. Yeah, but for your first video was the one that really cracked me up. You were so funny. Which one was that, Fleur? I don't know. I want to do more funny videos. I'm only funny in the moment. I'm not a comedian. I can't plan that shit out. Thanks, Bobo. Dude, your fucking name is badass. Teabaggins. I'll laugh about that for a while, I think. Purple. My dog is purple. Yeah. He came back purple. Yeah, well, you know, Slab City's weird sometimes. Even our dogs turn into slabbers. Showing up fucking purple and shit. Couldn't believe that happened. Alright, I'm gonna take you guys with me, I guess. I'm gonna drive back to my camp. Because it's dark. And if there's anything I do know about slabs, you should probably... Sorry I have to drive a light off so I can fucking see where I'm going. But I don't know, I like to be at my camp when it gets late. Maybe it's just me being paranoid. Maybe not, I don't know. You could probably drive with that light on. We could do that instead of all of them. It's not that late, it's only like 8 o'clock. Like, I feel like old people would still be awake watching Matlock right now. So it's not even like a danger hour. But between like the twitching hour, that's what I call it, the twitching hour, is when I would not be out and about in town. I would prefer to be at my camp. But the twitching hour is like basically like from 2 to 4 when the bars close and the drunks are all passed out. And then you see like those people still awake zooming around town. And the only time I've ever really noticed them is when I'm on acid and I've been awake that late because I'm still like tripping. And yeah, I named it the twitching hour. If you any witches out there want to tell me when the bewitching hour is, because I don't, or the witching hour, whatever it is, I don't know, there's an hour, but they have the twitching hour, so we can compete. I'm down for some like competition for the time zone thing. But from 2 to 4, that's all I asked for. That's all they asked for, really, for the twitching hour. Yeah, it's dinging at me because I don't have my seatbelt on. You know what my truck does? If I drive too long without my seatbelt, it turns off my fucking radio. So it'll turn off my goddamn radio and like, nope, if you're gonna drive dangerously, you can't, listen to good music about it. You have to die in silence. Maybe I can't drive with that on very well. Maybe I can show you my route though. Fascist car. Yeah, no shit. No kidding. I bought a fascist truck. Fucking Chevy. But you know what? I wear my seatbelt anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. But it's pissed off a couple of my passengers before. Like, bro, you gotta wear your seatbelt so I can jam out to Amigo, the Devil, and Tool. Also, you see that orange light? That's totally my gas light. So, throwing that out there. Anybody wants to look at my links, it's in my description. What does that say? What does that say? I'm driving and reading. Are you gonna be in the slabs 2 weeks still? Not likely. Probably not. I'm probably leaving after this weekend. That's the plan. I don't imagine that plan's changing. I might be back in the valley in a couple of weeks, but that's kind of up in the air right now. I'm not sure how that's going to play out, so we'll see. And here we are at the California Ponderosa. Let's see. Fascist car punishment. Are you serious? Yeah, for sure, Chris. If I am still here, if you are gonna swing in through Slabs, check out the Ponderosa. I would recommend that. If you're gonna stay for the night, go on Airbnb, check out the Ponderosa, check out Mojo's camp. Those are the two I'd recommend for sure. Mojo's is more of a campground style, so you gotta bring your own, tent, van, RV, whatever the fuck. Whereas Ponderosa has spots that they'll rent to you, like trailers and cabins and a barn and whatever. There's a few spots here. But, thanks, Kelly. Good night. Take care. Slab City, bitch. Slab City, bitch. I'm going to finish this little bowl here, and then I'm going to log out. I think this is my first live stream where I just kind of bullshitted at the camera. Usually I want to, I don't know. I'm not trying to sell myself because, I've been trying to, point the camera in front of me instead of at me. So, I don't know how much of this I'll be doing, but this was pretty fun. Had a lot of interest and people chatting it up. That was cool. Is people run generators all night, or a lot of them off? Yeah, there's places that people run generators all night. Yeah, there are a few. Ponderosa runs a generator all night. I don't know about Mojo's camp. I really don't. I couldn't tell you. So if that's a problem, probably Mojo's camp would be a better bet. But the generator at Ponderosa is so far away. I don't know. I don't really notice it, but it's so far away that if you're on one side of the camp and it's on the other, you might not even notice it. But I don't think Mojo, I don't really think that they have generators running all night. So, if you're worried about power all night, then Ponderosa is probably your best bet. So, there you go. It was fun. Sell your soul for the views. No, man. My soul's not that interesting. I sleep in a RAW4 hybrid and run it so it can keep the AC on, so I may park near the generator not to bother anyone. Yeah, you know what? That might be an option for sure. Then maybe Ponderosa would be your bet. In fact, I don't know how your AC set up. If you were to come stay at the Ponderosa, and I bet you money if you threw a few extra dollars at Spider, he would be able to hook you up by plugging into his generator and running your AC all night. Mojo has solar, yeah, she does, but I don't think it would be a solar array that could run AC. There are a couple of people out here who do have the solar set up to run a mini split air conditioner all fucking day long, but there is not very many, and those are very expensive setups. So, only spring live or just Zig is a good vibe. Thanks, Deanna. Appreciate that. And if you guys are like new to my channel or just new to like Slab City or whatever, Slab City TV, he's in the chat right now. Like he's got more viewers than I do, but he's got a good thing going. You know, he's been interviewing a lot of the people out here, so you get all sorts of perspectives, because my perspective is literally just my little like my perspective of Slabs, and it's just my small little piece of town, and I'm like, oh, this is what town is for me. And then every single fucking person out here has their own little perspective on town. Then every tourist has their own little perspective. So I'm really just, all my videos and even this, you know, convo is just me sharing my perspective on it. And Slab City TV has been doing, you know, coming into the community and filming us and getting our different perspectives from different types of people out here, because just like any town, there are so many fucking characters out here. So yeah, give his channel a check out if you haven't. And if you ask me what strain we're smoking on, I have no fucking idea, man. I didn't get it from a dispensary, so it's like, you remember when you'd go to your dude's house and be like, what kind of weed is this? And he'd be like, I don't fucking know, it's just a bag of weed. And that's, I'm sure that they told me what strain it was, because most people do, I just didn't care. But if I had to pick a strain, like, I don't know what your guys' favorite strains are. Let's chat that up real quick while I hit this. Mine's Girl Scout cookies. I will always be a fucking cookies fan. Anything with cookies in it. And then anything citrusy. Like a citrusy weed. Like orangey. Yeah, that's good shit. Tahoe. Is that a strain? Or is that what you drive? No, you drive something else. What'd you say you drove? You drove in a raw. A RAV4. You drive a RAV4 hybrid? So, like, Mexican prickweed, fuck off. How much does it cost to replace the batteries in that thing? It's a hybrid, right? What's the gas mileage like? All right, let's see. We got blueberry kush, Mexican brickweed, chocolate weed, Slab City swag. What's up, Troy? Every time I read one of your comments, I read it in your voice. That's pretty good mileage. I get 22 on the highway in this pickup, but nothing like that in the city. I dropped to like 16 in the city. Viper OG. But yeah, I get 22 on the highway, not fully loaded. With my trailer on my fucking dragging my trailer behind me, it's like 10 miles a gallon, dude. And the price of gas right now is actually making me real nervous. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to call myself a nomad if I can't afford the fucking gas to be a nomad. But I'm gonna try to figure out. I've actually been really, really thinking about selling my pickup and getting a mini, or not minivan, fucking getting a van and converting it. So yeah, I like the Indicas, man. I like the Indicas. I like hybrids, like indica dominant hybrid, but I got enough anxiety already. I don't need my weed to give me any more. Oh, that's fucking cool, dude. So it just fires up when the battery gets low to recharge the batteries. I get it. That's pretty badass. But again, how much do the batteries cost to replace? I'm fucking curious. Aren't they expensive? Wonder if they do a van, like a hybrid ProMaster. I'd be curious. I'll have to check that out. See, in my videos, I would have cut that out. I wouldn't have coughed on the video. Vehicle only has 12,000 miles on it so far. Oh, that's beautiful. Wonder how. I'd be curious. I've heard the batteries are expensive to replace, like $3,000-$4,000 to replace them all, but I don't know how true that is. But that would be like the price of a fucking transmission swap or something like that on a combustion motor. Slab City, bitch. Slab City, bitch. Yeah, $4,000. I wonder how long this I imagine they probably have. I don't know what year it is, but it sounds new. They probably put a lot of systems in place just to protect the fucking batteries. You know. Yeah, Toyota makes a good fucking motor, anyways. And I don't know. I remember thinking, or I remember hearing about the hybrid problems they were having, um, for a while because, like, I guess from what I understood, they came out with the hybrid and then they got the combustion motor to give, like, to be even more efficient, and it made, like, the hybrids obsolete. So I don't know if they've improved that. Like, obviously energy storage has gotten really good over the last like 10 years with lithium ion, and they've got even more lithium ion technology, like new technology they're coming out with. So I live right across the street from pirate camp, so sometimes there's like crazy yelling from back there. 150,000 mile battery warranty. That's beautiful. Yeah, then who cares? Like, just burn them up as much as you can. Just find some bad ones, put them in there, and then call the warranty people and be like, yo, my batteries are bad. And then get new batteries and then sell the ones that you got and then make a profit. Is warranty fraud or crime? Is that real? Or is that just fraud? I don't know. I think the batteries are covered in California for 150,000 miles. That's cool. Everyone's a hybrid expert all of a sudden. Yeah, only if you get caught. Damn, my light just turned off automatically. That's... See my truck, dude, it just has a mind of its own. Turns off the radio if my seatbelt's not on. How's the weed in the slabs most grown locally? No. Most of it is... Well, there might be a batch or two that comes through that was grown semi-locally within a couple of hours. There have been people that have grown weed in the slabs before, like a plant here and there, and they do all right, but it's real fucking hot here, and it'll burn, you know. Also, water's a problem, having enough water, because fucking weed, you have to drown them. It takes a lot of water. So, a lot of the weed comes here, you know, from Northern California. There's dispensaries too, but if you're talking like black market stuff, it comes from like Northern California, Southern Oregon. That's probably most of that. The Triangle, like fucking Trinity and whatever, all that area up there. They said it on TV. Yeah, exactly. The Emerald Triangle. And then Southern Oregon too. Like Southern Oregon, I would compete. I would put up money that Southern Oregon has better than like Humboldt. But maybe that's because I'm from Oregon. Maybe I'm a little biased. But I really do think. Plus, the California market is grown with chemicals, and in Oregon, all the weed is it's all grown organically. By law, they have to be. So when you go to like, even if you're growing illegally, all your all the stuff that you go to the store to buy, all your nutrients and stuff, they're all organic nutrients. You can't find chemical nutrients. So there's a few arguments I'd have that Oregon weed's better. And I don't care if I'm biased. Yeah, Kelly, actually it says on mine that I have 22 likes. I don't know. Does it say 8 on yours? Southern Oregon has less of a water shortage. Yeah, that's so true. I forgot all about that. So I was up in like Oroville area this last summer, and The water shortage up there is fucking real, dude. Like, there is the lakes and rivers out there are super super fucking low, and the same thing is going on in Oregon too. But the watershed in Oregon is renewed by springs also, not just mountain runoff. Mountain runoff is one of the sources, but springs are another one. And Southern Oregon has no lack of springs, it has no lack of rain, um, and on the laws are better in Oregon as far as like the cannabis market. So yours says 18. That's weird. Mine says 23 now. Yeah, but yet, fuck yeah, hit like if you want to. That's cool as hell. But yeah, all my links, if you guys, want to throw me $5, all my links are in my description. I've got PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Eventually I'll figure out, like, I don't know. I see people like throwing their shit in the chat, like the Streamlabs thing spams or whatever. But I don't know. I don't have that technology yet. Will Grace. You prefer indoor or outdoor favorite strain? My favorite strain is easy. That's Girl Scout cookie. Like anything cookie all day long. And anything citrusy. I really like my limonene terpenes quite a bit. Like anything with limonene, high limonene in it. But indoor, outdoor, that's a tough one because with indoor, you completely control the environment, don't you? Like the humidity, the light, everything, fucking everything. And outdoor, you're kind of at the whims of the environment you're in. So, you can control the light by like pulling tarp all the time, which is fucking irritating. But nevertheless, let's see, indoor, outdoor. I guess I'd have to pick indoor because it's consistent. But there has been some outdoor strains that I've worked, farms I've worked on where fucking weed plants 11, 12 feet tall, and they were amazing. It's just great fucking weed. So, like, but at least indoors consistent. Yeah, everyone likes a wedding cake, man. That's like the thing. Wedding cake. Wedding cake is everywhere. That's what everyone in fucking Southern Oregon and Northern California was growing last season was wedding cake. Um, Maybe it's because it's everyone's favorite strain all of a sudden, but they say outdoor can be stronger. Um, I don't know. I guess I don't know. It probably depends on where you're at. Runts was popular. Is that Skittles one was really good too. Washington does do good on their outdoor weed. You get a lot of rain, just like Oregon. Yeah, the sun is powerful. Indoors the way to go if you're growing, just because, like I said, you get to control the environment. Like it's completely in your. Yeah, that's the one, Skittles, but it was like ZK. But indoor, you get to completely control the environment, the humidity, the light, how much UV light with your bulbs, how much wattage you're using, the speed of the wind with your fan. Like everything is completely controlled, so your weed is going to be consistent. You can take clones and make them. It'll be consistent every time. Whereas outdoor, like one year you might have a bad fucking year where it's real smoky, or there's not as much sun because there's too much rain, or whatever the fuck the problem is. You could have a bad year, and so like if you're a farmer, I guess indoor would be the way to go. But there's the autos are getting a lot better, like auto trimmers. I don't know. There's this machine that a few people have been working on this technology for the weed industry, but they're kind of introducing it to the food industry first. But there's a technology out there that will dry and cure your weed within 24 hours, which means that you harvest right that day, and you big leaf, and you put it in the machines. 24 hours later, you pull it out, and it's dried and cured, ready to go, ready to be trimmed. And you hand it right to your trimmers the next day, the day after harvest, or 2 days after harvest. Yeah, there. I've actually seen the fucking thing work. It keeps the purity of the terpenes. It keeps the purity of the THC levels. Everything is It keeps the purity of the chemical compounds within the weed. Doesn't like bake it or anything like that. It uses like vacuum. This like it's actually been patented vacuum technology specifically for this type of thing, but it's being introduced for food industries right now, like dry foods, like dry fruits and vegetables or shit. But it works on weed, and it's like the size of a fridge, like a refrigerator. A bud dehydrate. It's not exactly a dehydrator though. It's not. Um, it doesn't smell like alfalfa either. Like it smells cured for sure. But it might need to be burped. That might be the closest that you might have to do it is burp it a little bit. Jack hair during the other day. Northern Lights at night. Northern Lights. That's old school, bro. That's like Alaskan Thunderfuck old school. Cure is aging process. Yeah, no, well, cure is also part of like the drying process, isn't it? Like wood has to cure for a year before it's ready to be firewood because it's drying. You don't like the rosin press? Oh, I've used one of those before. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. Like I thought I'd be getting more dabs out of it. Um, but nevertheless, like I liked it. Mine was the one I used was a manual one, like where it had this like crank. It was here in the slabs actually, and you'd plug it into the wall, and you'd crank it down, and then pull it up, and we kept burning them because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. But then we figured it out and was coming out with these like beautiful fucking like yellow amber dabs. It was good. They have the automatic presses though, so you're not pressing too hard, and it's not too hot and too long, so it comes up, and then your weed's always fucking spectacular, or your dabs are always spectacular. Yeah, cure takes like 1 to 3 months. Yep. Yeah, or turkey bags, grove bags, for sure. Yeah, this machine will do it in 24 hours, bro. I'm not even fucking kidding. Um, and the guy that invented it is actually a friend of mine, and he was catering to the cannabis industry for so long, but then he got these backers that were not happy with that, and so he had to take all of his weed shit down, all the stuff that he's done for the weed industry, and then on all his social media, and then reinvent basically for the food industry. But we tested on a couple of farms, um, and it was pretty fucking sweet. I hang mine for like 7, 14 days and then jar it with a smoky after it dries. Yeah, usually about 14 days in a air conditioned dry environment. No, no, that's no offense taken, man. I had to see it to believe it too. I had to see it too. I wish that like his backers didn't push him so hard into the food industry because it's illegal. It's illegal federally, which is his issue with getting like grants from the government and shit like that to help with funding. And um, yeah, I don't know. It shouldn't be a Schedule One substance. And then we'd start seeing more technologies like this blow the fuck up. Yeah, I had to burp weed out here that somebody rolled through with some weed that they were just rushed out. Like I don't even think that. I think they did cure it for a little bit, but it wasn't done yet, so we had to burp it for like 2 weeks. Yep, I'm in the slabs. I am for another like less than a week. Groove bags for curing is a game changer. Ditch the jars for that first year. Okay, so what are groove bags? Is that like turkey bags? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know what groove bags are. Grove bags? Is that groove bags? Are those like turkey bags? I think that might be what you're talking about. I just found several machines online that claim to do that. Damn it, I hope he doesn't have a lot of competition. My buddy actually did invent this machine straight up, and he's been working on the software for the for the uh for the machine for like a year, and maybe he caught the idea from one of those machines, but he started out his first prototype was in a slow cooker. He used or no, I'm sorry, a pressure cooker was his first prototype, and now it's like evolved into this big like fucking it's got like trays on it like you would see at a restaurant with like different fucking serving whatever, and you put your weed on it and you close the machine. It's got a glass door and you fucking hit the button and yeah, dude, 24 hours and your shit's done. Red, and you hand it to the trimmers and they're sitting there. But it's not a cheap machine. Like his isn't, anyways. I don't know what the other ones what they cost, but groove bags. Oh, do they have like a meter on it that tell you like what the humidity is or anything? I always just put it in an air conditioned room, dude. You know, at least for the drying process, and then yeah, jars for the curing process. Oh, that's interesting. The air, it exhales but doesn't inhale. It's like automatic burping. That's fucking weird. I wonder how that works. I have to look that up. That's fucking genius, actually. That's really. How big did you say they were? The pound? But I'll be damned. And they're reusable? So they're not turkey bags, obviously, but they're reusable bags, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Bobo. Like, something along those lines. Is it an automatic burp? Is that what you said? Or do you have to burp it yourself still? Like open the valve and and then you close it? Pound one doesn't rip the zip easy. Smaller ones, the zip pretty quick. Zero burping. Oh, that's fucking cool. I didn't even know those existed. I'm still old school, I guess. I do just like just use jars. No drop in dried bud. Zip it up and leave it. How much are those, man? Why doesn't everyone just use that? Oh, yeah, I'm today years old when I found out about it. That's actually, why didn't we ever? I don't know if that's fucking genius. We've all been using jars. It doesn't even. That's fucking brilliant. I don't know why that's so simple and brilliant. Yeah, no fucking shit. And if it works, and if it works for weed, dude, it would work for like anything, like food, or spices, or onions, or whatever the fuck that you're trying to like cure, or dry out. Even like, that's weird. Yeah, check out those machines though. Check out the machines. I guess there's more than one of them. Apparently, I hope my boy don't have that much competition because he's been working on this for a long time. But yeah, if there are other ones, then check them out. And then you could like, if you're, I don't know, if you have trimmers or you trim it yourself, but you know your cure process takes like fucking 2-3 months. And if you're a farm, like a big farm, it's really probably the machine probably costs a lot of money, I would guess. Um, but you know, you fucking you put the weed in that machine, like you fucking harvest the plant that day, you big leaf it, you put it in the machine, and then you hand it to the trimmers within a day or two, and they're fucking trimming, and then your harvest is done. You know, you're not fucking sitting on goddamn fucking untrimmed weed from last year. You know, or because you just never got to it. Oh, my phone's at 5%. I probably should have had this plugged in. Huh. I think that's the world telling me I gotta go. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off, everyone. I appreciate you joining me. That was pretty badass. I'll see you again later. And I got that video is coming out soon. I'm gonna bust out the editing this weekend with Cause, and then if you want to, you throw me $5. I'm about to be leaving Slabs in fucking gas is expensive. So check out my links. They're in my descriptions. They're in all the comments of all my videos. So if I'd throw them up on the screen, I would, but I don't know how to do that. So I'll just do this. Check out my description. I'll cross my fingers to do. But if not, it's cool. Hit like, hit share, comment, do all the things. It all helps. Because maybe the person that sees you do that will throw me $5. That'd be rad. Anyways, I'll see y'all later.